God says, 3 hours. 3 hours left. And you don't even know what is already standing outside your life's door. You've skipped this message before. You've brushed off the signs, silenced your own spirit's cries, and ignored Archangel Michael's voice, his whispers, his shouts, even his tears. And yet heaven, still full of mercy, has come again. But this time, yes, this exact time, if you skip again, you won't just be skipping words. You'll be skipping your rescue. Because what's about to happen isn't just spiritual. It's not just emotional. It's physical, it's earthly, it's divine, and it's headed straight for you. Your name has been written in red, not blood, not fire, but urgency. There's a celestial clock ticking down behind the veil, and you've been chosen for something you didn't even ask for. But just because you didn't ask doesn't mean it wasn't always yours. What's coming is unexpected by you, but fully orchestrated by heaven. Michael isn't reaching out for fun. He isn't crying because he's dramatic. He's crying because the pain in your life is echoing louder than your prayers. And yet, he still believes you will listen, this time. You don't realize it yet, but someone has been watching your every move, not out of curiosity, but out of divine assignment. They were sent to track your pain. Every heartbreak. Every betrayal. Every time you fell to your knees and thought no one was watching. God saw. Michael wept. And now, they're both standing behind this message, saying, please, do not ignore this again. The 3 hours you have left are not random. They're not symbolic. They're literal. This countdown leads to a divine intervention or a divine silence. You must choose. Someone has spoken your name in secret. A conversation about you has just taken place in a dark room. They mentioned your name not in kindness, but in strategy. But what they didn't realize was that God was in that room before they arrived. And everything they whispered, every lie, every twist, every manipulative seed they planted, is now exposed in the spiritual realm. And Michael is already preparing to confront them on your behalf. But here's the truth. He cannot move unless you give permission. Not permission with your mouth, but with your soul. With your attention. And by opening your heart now, not skipping this message. You're about to be sent something shocking. A message. A letter. A phone call. It will feel unexpected to you, but heaven has been preparing this moment for years. The reason it has taken this long is because someone was standing in the way. Yes, a person you trusted. Someone you thought loved you. They intercepted your miracle. They stalled your deliverance. They disguised their manipulation as love. But God has torn their mask off now. And what they hid from you will now be made public in the Spirit. Michael has tried before. Don't say he didn't. The signs were everywhere. You felt the pull. You even wept once and whispered, "God, are you trying to show me something?" And heaven said yes. But your distractions were louder than your discernment. Until now. Because this window is about to close. And when it does, the opportunity with it will vanish into silence. But you still have 3 hours. A gift. A miracle wrapped in mercy. Right now, your name is glowing in 2 realms, the dark realm and the heavenly one. In darkness, they're watching to see if you fall. They are betting against you. Demons attached to familiar faces have wagered that you will skip again. They mock your faith. They laugh when you sleep through your breakthrough. But God, oh God, has already drawn his sword. And Michael is holding it. He is standing next to your bed, your chair, your door. He is right now looking at you. Yes, you. Not figuratively. Not symbolically. Literally. And he is saying, please listen this time. Because something unexpected is about to happen. A shift. It may look like a problem at first. Don't panic. It may arrive like a phone call you didn't expect. Don't assume it's negative. Because what feels like interruption is actually a divine insertion. God is inserting himself into your timeline. Rewriting what was meant for harm. And the reason it seems sudden is because heaven waited as long as it could for you to respond. But now, they must move. A door is about to open that doesn't look like a door. It may be disguised as a mistake. It may wear the mask of failure. But behind it, yes, behind that strange moment, is your next level. Your next deliverance. Your next season. But here's the secret. If your spirit is not alert, you will reject what is actually your rescue. You will walk away from the very thing God sent to rebuild your future. That's why Michael is pleading now. That's why God is repeating, open this quickly. You don't know what's coming in these next hours. But heaven does. That's why the urgency is so loud. Because something is about to try and sneak into your life again. Someone is plotting behind a screen. They're planning a message. A manipulation. A moment that seems harmless. But it's layered with deceit. And God is saying, if you skip this warning again, you will accept something that was never meant to touch your life. That's why the angels are watching now. Not just to observe, but to intervene. But only if you acknowledge this. This isn't about fear. This is about awakening. Because deep inside you, there is a knowing. You feel it, don't you? Something isn't right. Someone isn't being honest. Some opportunity seems too delayed. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual warfare. And what was supposed to take 3 weeks has taken 3 years because of interference. But the interference is being removed. That's what the sudden moment is. It will feel jarring. But it's justice. And here's something you haven't been told before. There's an inheritance with your name on it. Not just physical money, but spiritual legacy. There's a divine mantle you were born to carry. That's why your life has felt heavier than others. That's why the attacks were more intense. Because hell recognized your name even when you didn't. But now God is saying, finally, you're ready to carry what they tried to bury. Finally, you're awake enough to see what they wanted you blind to. But only if you do not skip this moment. There are names being whispered in heaven right now, yours among them. Your ancestors have spoken on your behalf. Your mother, your grandmother, even someone you've never met in this life, but who saw your face in dreams long ago, has asked God to protect your destiny. And now, that request is becoming action. But only if you remain open long enough for Michael to move. Do you understand how close you are? Do you understand how near this miracle is? If your eyes could see the realm around you, you would fall to your knees. Not in fear, but in awe. Because you are not alone. You've never been alone. Every teardrop you cried became evidence in heaven's courtroom. And the verdict is being signed now. A release. A reversal. A repayment. But only if you say yes. Say yes by listening. Say yes by not skipping. Say yes by praying even when your mouth is dry. Say yes by trusting even when your hands are trembling. Because heaven has made its move. Now it's your turn. A person is about to confess something to you. Prepare your heart. Don't react with anger. This confession is a key. Don't throw it away. They will finally admit what you suspected long ago. And their words, though hard to hear, will unlock something that's been chained up in your spirit. You'll feel the shift instantly. That's not coincidence. That's your inheritance being returned. You are about to be contacted by someone who disappeared. Their return isn't random. God has touched their heart in a dream. Yes, while they were asleep, heaven showed them your face. And now they are being led back to you, not to stay in the past, but to bring closure. Accept it. Don't ignore it. Because that closure will open another door. In these 3 hours, expect signs. Expect interruptions. Expect discomfort. That's how you'll know it's working. That's how you'll recognize the shift. God doesn't always come with thunder. Sometimes He comes as a pause, a whisper, a sudden silence in the middle of your day. Don't scroll past that stillness. That's when heaven is leaning in. That's when the miracle takes shape. You are not broken. You are breaking through. You are not abandoned. You are being realigned. You are not cursed. You are being corrected into blessing. Archangel Michael is standing at the edge of your decisions. He has asked for this one chance. He is saying to you, please don't silence this. Not this time. Because everything you've prayed for is connected to this moment. The person who lied about you is about to be exposed. The place that rejected you is about to regret it. The dream you almost buried is about to breathe again. But only if you stay open. Only if you say yes. Only if you don't skip again. "3 hours. That's all. Time isn't just ticking. It's roaring. Heaven is loud now. Because your miracle is close. So close. So please, don't silence what you've already asked for. Michael is not playing. God is not vague. This is not dramatic imagination. This is divine revelation. 3 hours left. That's all heaven is giving you before a divine moment reaches your life that will shift everything. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you. Again. He has been trying for days. 4 weeks. And yet every time, you skip. You scroll. You ignore that nudge, that pull, that voice whispering in your spirit to open your heart now. But this time, God is saying, don't skip this. Don't hurt me by pretending you don't hear. Something unexpected is going to happen suddenly. And this is your only spiritual warning. Not to scare you, but to wake you up. Because heaven loves you too much to let you walk into this moment unprepared. I have sent my mightiest archangel to alert you personally. And yet, you are treating his voice like a whisper instead of a trumpet from the throne of heaven. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange stirring in your spirit. That weight in your chest. That sense that something is coming but you can't quite explain it. That's because your soul already knows. Your spirit has already seen it. Something divine is breaking open over your life. But so is something dangerous. And that is why Archangel Michael is here. Not just watching. Not just guarding. But warning. And pleading. And weeping. Because he doesn't understand how you can be this close to breakthrough and still so distant from your own spirit. He's seen what's ahead. He knows what the enemy tried to do. He saw the trap. He fought the darkness behind your back. And now, with only 3 hours left before something massive changes, he's trying once again to deliver this message through the Spirit of God. Please listen this time. Please don't scroll away. Please don't silence this tug in your soul. There are people talking about you in rooms you've never entered. There are forces being sent your way both for good and for harm. There is a miracle scheduled to appear in your life, and the devil is trying to intercept it one last time. That's why your emotions have been all over the place. That's why you've been tired for no reason. That's why your relationships suddenly feel shaky. That's why you've had dreams that wake you in sweat, visions that make no sense, and timing that seems both divine and confusing. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual warfare. And you don't even realize that while you go through your day, thinking this is just life, Archangel Michael is holding back a storm that was designed to destroy your peace before your promise arrived. You were not meant to read this by accident. You didn't stumble here randomly. Heaven brought you here. You were guided to this exact message at this exact moment because this is your call. This is your final pre-warning before a breakthrough or breakdown is triggered based on your response. Yes, free will is yours. But divine alignment must be obeyed if you want to enter what is coming clean and whole and victorious. God says, I see you. I know you. I am warning you not because I am angry with you, but because I love you more than you know. Every time you skip the message, every time you deny the pull, God feels it, not with wrath, but with deep sadness. Because the blessings He's been holding in His hand for you are ready. But He can't pour them into a soul that won't receive them. This isn't a game. This is divine timing. And you are standing on the very edge of something that will affect your next 10 years. The reason for the delay, the spiritual heaviness, the moments of confusion, it's all connected. There is something happening in the realm of the unseen that you must be awake for. There is a reason Michael keeps trying to come to you. Do you remember the last time your spirit tried to tell you something and you brushed it off? Do you remember the regret that followed? Don't let that happen again. This time it's bigger. This time, heaven is screaming. This time, Michael is not just warning you. He's begging you. You've cried out to God asking for clarity. You've begged for a sign. You've pleaded for guidance. This is it. This is that sign. Not flashy. Not dramatic. But real. Raw. Undeniable. You were meant to see these words. Because you needed them. Because God couldn't risk letting you walk into these next hours blind. Because a conversation is about to happen that will change everything. A secret is about to be revealed. A truth is about to come out. And the enemy wants you distracted, offended, isolated, disconnected from your spiritual senses. But God says, wake up. Open your heart. Receive this. This is not a joke. If you knew how many times Michael shielded you this week alone, you would fall to your knees. If you knew how close you were to being lied to, used again, or pulled into something spiritually toxic, you would understand why this message is so urgent. He's not trying to frighten you. He's trying to rescue you. Because the unexpected is coming. A call, a knock, a letter, a revelation. And the way you respond will set the tone for your future. This is divine chess. Every piece is moving in alignment. You cannot afford to play like you're not in the game. God says, I've protected you even when you didn't ask. I've delivered you even when you were walking away. I've loved you when you were angry with me. But now I need your cooperation. I need your surrender. I need your attention. Because the person you're praying about is about to make a choice that will shock you. Because the place you've been living, physically or spiritually, is about to change. Because someone is about to come forward with words they've been holding back for years, and when they speak, you will either break or heal. That is why Michael was sent. That is why God is sounding the divine alarm in your heart. Time is running short. The miracle is ready. But so is the warfare. You must choose which voice to follow. You must drown out the noise and listen to heaven. You must say yes when everything in your flesh wants to run. There is no more room for delay. Heaven is moving. Your name is written on the scrolls of this season's shift. Archangel Michael is watching your next move. He's surrounding your atmosphere. He's commanding angels to clear the air, to guard your gates, to silence the accusations and distractions. But even he cannot override your will. You must say yes. You must be still and let God do what only He can do. This moment will not repeat itself in the same way. Yes, God is merciful, and yes, He is patient, but this alignment is rare. This opening of divine protection, revelation, and breakthrough is only accessible now. In these 3 hours. After that, what happens will be set into motion. You can either be swept by the Spirit into your promise or stumble into confusion because you didn't take the message seriously. This is love talking. This is not punishment. This is protection. Do not say you were not warned. Do not say heaven didn't try. This message is your record. That you were loved enough to be reached. That God Himself sent His archangel and this prophetic voice to catch you before you stepped into the wrong energy. Michael is waiting. Heaven is watching. The countdown has begun. There are contracts being written in the spiritual realm, divine ones. Covenants. Promises. Restorations. Returns. But also, there are enemies drafting their final attempt to delay you. To discourage you. To silence your praise. That's why your mood has been shifting. That's why people have been acting strange. That's why old emotions are trying to revisit. The spiritual world is reacting to what's about to be released over you. They can sense it, even if you cannot. But now, you have been given eyes to see and ears to hear. Do not take that for granted. God says, I have never forgotten your name. I have written it on the palms of my hands. I have hidden you in the shadow of my wings. I have called angels to stand at every corner of your path. And now I am sending you this final message through this voice, because I want you to know how precious you are to me. I am not here to punish you. I am here to prepare you. I am not angry at you for skipping my signs. I am broken-hearted, but still I am merciful. Still I am calling. Still I am knocking. Will you open the door this time? Michael says, you've ignored the nudge too many times. You've scrolled past your answers. You've let fear convince you to stay silent. But this is not the time to be quiet. This is the time to rise. To declare. To claim your blessing. To renounce every lie spoken over you. To break every generational curse with your own voice. Speak. Pray. Cry out. Heaven is waiting to hear you. And God is already sending what you need, but it cannot fully land unless you are ready. The last time you ignored the inner voice, you missed something. This time, don't. Because what is coming is holy. What is coming is delicate. What is coming is divine. And it's being entrusted to you. Handle it with spiritual wisdom. Don't react with flesh. Don't let ego or fear push away what heaven is bringing. Stay grounded. Stay humble. Stay alert. This is not an ordinary day. This is your 3-hour window. A time of angelic movement. A time of divine interruption. A time of holy fire. A time of sacred revelation. Everything can change by the time the clock completes the 3rd hour from now. But your posture must be one of surrender, of faith, of obedience. Do not ask for a miracle if you're not ready to receive it. Do not beg for change if you're not ready to shift. Do not cry for answers and then skip the message. The next 3 hours are sacred. Guard them. Use them wisely. Speak to God. Pour out everything. Get quiet. Listen. Michael is still near. He is waiting. And you, beloved child of the Most High, are being watched over more carefully than you know. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. But you must listen this time. You must not delay. The clock is ticking, not in fear, but in divine precision. And heaven is leaning in. If you believe in God, type Amen.